Hello there, back again. We're going to do a quick little tutorial on the recording process. I, as you know, have my own studio, so I write, record, and produce my own music at home. I'm using, if we look at the screen, you see up here, I'm using Sonar X1 LE as my digital audio workstation or my DAW. The first step for me is always setting up the what I call the recording profile, the song profile, and that's deciding what kind of instruments you're going to wind up having, how many tracks you're actually going to need, and that kind of stuff. The first thing that I always do, you'll see this top line right here, is I put a click track in. I figure out what the tempo is going to be, and then I put a click track in, and then I'll record the instruments, and I've got them all in here. There's one more I need to put in here. I need to put a finished drum track in here. So we'll stretch this down so that I can write in there. The click track will eventually just be erased. I'll just erase the recording, and then maybe I may just reuse the track, or I'll just delete the track altogether. So we're going to put drums down there on track 7. I know for a fact I'm going to have a piano sound, a piano track. I know that I'm going to have a bass track, a rhythm guitar track, and then a solo or a melody track. I'm probably also going to add some more keys, maybe synth strings or something like that, or another melody, a counter melody to go with the guitar. So here's my click track right there. If I press play, we'll press play and you should be able to hear this. Let me just double check though, just to make certain. I'm not sure that you're going to hear it. It's a click. It's not real difficult to do. So let me turn my speakers on just for a second. There's the click. I don't know if you're hearing that or not. Let's see. Let me pull this down and pull this up real quick, and we'll see if it's there. I can't tell if it's there or not. I don't think it is. It may not be, but that's all right. You're not going to hear. It's nothing but a click right now, right? So we'll stop that. And that returns to the beginning. And now I've got it all set up to start my first um, um, instrument track. And that's going to wind up being piano. That's the piano part. Actually, it's a little melody that I had kind of floating around my head for, maybe a month or two now. I don't know. I've been picking at it on guitar. I've been trying it on piano, on my synth. I tried it on my other keyboard. And then when I was at the music store the other day, I sat down behind one of the great big, electric grand pianos they have there. And I sat down and started picking the melody out on the piano and then worked out the parts the way I think they're going to go. I'm not 100% certain yet. But the click allows me to play along to a fixed tempo so that when I go in and put my drums later, this recording program that the profile that I've set up right now is set to 75 beats per minute. So when I put the drums in, they're going to match up perfectly with that click track. Absolutely perfectly. So, you know, not not difficult at all, really. So this is the first thing that I always do. I always put a click track in. I set the recording profile up, and my first track is always a click. So because I have to make sure that everything lines up in time. I don't want to be moving stuff around willy-nilly and not know where 1, 2, 3, and 4 are. In this case, it's in 4. So the click track's always there. Now, I've got some ideas for a drum track to go in it later, but I don't want to put a scratch drum track in because I tend to lean on I find that the drum track that I'm listening to influences how I play. So, and I didn't want to do that. I want to start with what I have, this piano track that I have, and then I'm going to go from there. And I'll spin around real quick. The keyboard's behind me, so I kind of have to have my back to you. So just give me a second. I'll just play a little bit of it, and you can hear the first melody part that's going in. get ready to record that, I've already got my click in place. So I've got tempo already set. And then that allows me to add all the other instruments. And if I don't want to listen to anything I've recorded previously, well, that's okay because I've already got a click in place, and I can sync that up. I can sync all the other instruments up based on that click track. So first thing, always set your tempo. If you're going to record a band live, that's completely different. Your drummer is going to basically set your tempo for you. But when you're recording at home and it's just you, and I'm going to play the keyboard parts and the guitar parts and the bass parts, I'm going to program all the drum parts. Um, when it's just you, you have to have a time reference in place at all times. At all times. So in this case, there's my click track right there. So, and even if you couldn't hear it, you can see it. There it is right there. You can see if I blow this up a little. Let's blow this up so you can see it a little bit better. Oh, one more time. Let me try it again. See, there's my click track right there. And I can set, see the loud one? You see the one that's large, the spike that's larger than all the rest? That's one, that's two, that's three, that's four. That's why I always put my click in because now I can actually set my other instruments as I record them. If I want to move them in time or move them a full measure or two or three, I can just count it out and there's my, you know, there's my all of my instruments are already taken care of. So let's shrink that back down a little bit. And there's my click track again, right there. Easy peasy. Um, First step, set your recording profile up. Try to figure out how many tracks you're going to need. You might need more, you might need less. Um, but ultimately, you want to make sure you get your basic tracks in there. Drums, you need a click, you need drums, keys if you're going to use them, guitar, bass, whatever. But put your tracks in place and then start recording after you put your click track in, right? And what I do is essentially I'll just press record, and then over here on my drum machine, I've got an Alesis SR16 over here. Over here on the drum machine, I'll set it up for just a click, a straight click, nothing fancy, no drums, no patterns. Just I'll set it up for a click, and then I'll just press play. I have an idea of how long the song is going to be, but if it needs to be longer, I can actually go in here and cut sections of my click track out, right? I can cut sections of this click track and add to the end of it. So if it runs out early, I can just add more to it. That's not true of the instruments. The instrument tracks. I'm going to have to. The song's not 100% complete yet. I have some basic ideas of changes, a bridge, and that kind of stuff. But I'm still need to figure out. Um, I'm about I maybe 80, not even 80, maybe 60% done on the song. I know two of the three parts already that I want to have in here. I just have to figure out, how I'm going to arrange them. The arranging is actually the easy part. I know the parts that I want to play. I just have to put them in the order I want them to be in. So that part I just played a minute ago is the main sort of main body of the song, and everything revolves around that melody. The guitar melody will use that. It's going to be modal. I think I'm using G Lydian. Is it G Lydian? I don't remember. G Lydian? I think it's going to be G Lydian. I don't remember. But anyway, that's basically it. I just want to do a little quick tutorial and look. If you want to set up to record, follow some basic rules. It makes the recording process a whole lot simpler. Okay. All right. That's it for today. Peace, my friends.